I want everyone to see how dark the sky is. That is record-setting dark sky.
Where you going?
Yeah, we're
right
up.
into it.
We don't mess around.
Hi everyone. Alex was just asking me before we hit record, what's the purpose of this? It's for my own pleasure, but it's also to send back home, to let everyone know what I'm eating, what I'm not eating. Before I launch into this recipe, which is going to include mostly a tirade against Singapore, I want to make sure everyone is going to be watching this months from now and they'll wonder, did Nick Kostin have anything nice to say about Singapore, particularly its cuisine? Yes, I did. In that Singapore has one thing the US doesn't, it's this. Tipco's 100% veggie Indonesian broccoli juice. It's how I get all of my vegetables. It's, I'm not even kidding, by the way, it's great. But it's not part of this recipe. Let's get to that. So, I went to our local Fair Price, which is the grocery store here in Singapore, and I got enough ingredients for 4 units, sandwiches, of what I'm about to make for $38. So, it's not that you're saving money, it's that you're getting bigger portions. You know, in Singapore, you can eat the size that you want. I'm an American man with American appetite, but it's going to cost you. So, here's what we've got. A 1/4 kilogram of minced chicken, pasar chicken parts, 2 eggs, an avocado, some olive oil, tomato paste, and of course wholemeal hamburger buns. And all we're going to need is this bowl, microwave, and the skillet, and we'll be done. The avocado and the tomato paste are delicious additions to the sandwich, which originally began as nothing more than ground chicken and egg scrambled in a pan and then put on a plate. I wanted some more color and some more presentation, so I changed the format. I turned the chicken from loose mince into a patty, and I changed the egg from scrambled into, well, they're microwave, but they look like fried eggs. So one thing that's nice about Singaporean meat in the grocery store, this is true of both chicken and beef, you can see how loose this is. It's not bound by fat because there is no fat. All of their meat products they sell in the grocery store are really lean. Now, as the more seasoned cooks out there know, olive oil is not a cooking oil. It's a garnish. It's for after the cooking's done because it has a low smoke point. So this patty is going to be dry, drier than most of you would like, but I can get away with it because that's just, I can eat dry stuff. The only thing I'm going to do with this is I'm going to add some salt to it after it's done cooking. I've tried cooking it with the salt in the raw patty, and it ruins the cooking because it burns the salt quickly without cooking the chicken through the way you want it to. So you get that acrid smell way too early. Chicken patties in the skillet. A bit of olive oil in the bowl that we're going to microwave our eggs in, just so that they can, we can slide them out with the spatula after cooking. We're going to cook each egg for 1 minute, and we cook them individually. That takes less time than the patty, so we'll do that first. We'll cut open our avocado, and we should crack open our tomato paste as well. So let's get those out of the way. I like firm avocados. Some people like them softer. My tastes are generally more easily met in Singapore. These avocados are sent pretty raw from Australia, and they arrive very hard. You get some black mushy ones sometimes. Oh, I take much more pride in peeling than this. This is a poor show, but that's okay. Wow. Alex, have you ever had such difficulty peeling an avocado before?
I typically go for the mushy avocados.
Is that a fact?
Yeah. I like to roll them so that they get nice and gooey inside, and then I use them to make my guacamole.
That is a good point. You'd have a devil of a time getting any valuable guacamole out of an avocado as impenetrable as this one.
Typically, I only purchase avocados for guacamole.
We're gonna put slices on this sandwich.
So I am learning something new today.
Look at that beautiful pit.
Oh, let's see the pit.
It's clean. It feels nice in the hand. It feels like you could play a board game with it. I really respect the avocado pit.
Out of all of the pits, it's your favorite?
Yeah, I mean, this one just looks like a really nice
Looks like a
piece of wood.
holiday trinket that
It
you would
does.
have on the table.
It looks like you could paint like a Santa onto it. So I respect it so much that I'm throwing it in the trash. What else can I tell you? I'm gonna be making some expert cuts in iMovie on this footage. You could better believe it.
Keep the clip going. Nice rhythmic editing.
That's right. Cut our bun open, why not?
So this is a video for people back home.
Yeah.
Do you have any other, well, I know the focus is cooking, but any other Singaporean things you want to talk about whilst
Eventually,
cooking?
well, I mean, like during this sort of filming, not really. I would like to, if I cook anything else on camera, I'd like to take the camera to the grocery store and just walk people through a Singaporean grocery store and show them all the chicken feet, you know?
Do
Good
it, do.
times.
Makes me hungry to think about.
Crack open the tomato paste. Cool beans. And I'm using paste instead of diced tomatoes. I'm certainly not going to buy tomatoes in Singapore. They're the most hideous things you've ever seen. You can deal with Australian imported avocados, you can deal with ugly Chinese lettuce, but you cannot buy tomatoes in Singapore. At best, they're orange, and I don't want those. And that's best case scenario, is that you just want. Let's just breathe in the gas for the sake of microphones and audio quality. Alex, what would you say is the temperature today?
Oh, it was balmy
It was
earlier.
pretty mild. In degrees, it couldn't have been over 92. Humidity was up, as it has been since we came back from break. But nothing we can't handle here at the Tanglin View. This is where we're gonna put the finished sandwich. It's called a plate. Purchased at IKEA. Oh, but anyway, about the tomato paste. It's not, like, I'm using tomato paste incorrectly. I'm totally cognizant of that. But it's really tight. I mean, you can just knife it out and display it the way you want to. It's great for color. And it's not going to sog up your bun or spill out or get watery all over the meat the way that diced tomatoes, canned tomatoes would. So it's got that good, lovable tomato flavor. You can be honest, Alex. Do you think spreading tomato paste on a sandwich is too unorthodox to be appetizing?
Not at all. But this is coming from a guy who likes to eat cans of stewed tomatoes just by themselves.
Yeah, man. There's the more unorthodox tomatoes are, the better they taste. I really think that.
I will tell you what, I am a fan of the tomato and its work. From a delicious ketchup to
That's
a
right.
Bloody Mary to a can of Italian style stewed tomatoes.
Right.
Those are my favorite.
I was looking for. It would have been less sort of homeless to put sun-dried tomatoes on the sandwich, because that's something that adults are actually cognizant of. But that is barking up the wrong tree in a Singaporean grocery store. You're not going to find sun-dried tomatoes.
There is no Whole Foods in Singapore.
No. And the funny thing is, you think that you'd save money by not going to Whole Foods for your groceries? You don't. The Pasar, the NTUC fair price, a trip there is just as much, if not more, than a trip to Whole Foods, and the products are assuredly less organic. I have to say, speaking of organic though, air quality in Singapore has been up the past few days after we got hit with some big wildfire smoke coming north from Indonesia over the Indian Ocean. So it's been nice to be able to breathe. All right, we're going to do one egg at a time. That's maybe one flip. The only way I gauge the meat is if I can flip it without scraping it off. If it's got clean separation, I'm satisfied. Not the most scientific, but it suits me. It's a nice color. Alright, first egg. It's less than a minute.
You want to let people know what you did before starting the microwave?
Oh yeah, that's called a geyser. And most of the electric appliances in Singapore have this on-off switch for routing power to the device that's plugged in. So these are unoccupied and the source is off. And I guess that's to save electricity. But if these were like this all the time, I don't know if anything would be wasted. Still, it's harmless. So this is going, that's going. Let's what should we do? Hear that egg popping? Turn off the gas, because I think this is going to finish cooking. This has about 12 seconds to go. That looks good enough to me. Let's get our spatula and something to protect me from the heat.
Always important.
Yep. Didn't need those 48 seconds. Could have done with a fewer seconds. Don't make that mistake twice. Pop that on.
Plating looks lovely. Round two.
Round two, egg number 2. Now, for myself, for pleasure, I'll do 2 eggs in the bowl at the same time. But for aesthetics, you want each egg on its own. What's this doing?
Well, that looks picturesque.
That was a pretty clutch decision there.
Look at that shot right there. Look at that.
Nicely done.
Right? That's a beautiful egg.
It is. Okay. Level 1, the first egg. And we're going to color it up with the tomato paste. Finish that momentarily. Pop that second egg. All right. Second egg is good. Knife is clean. Time to get this avocado off the rind. Just pretend like that's what I'm doing successfully. This is strictly a display program after all.
We'll fix it in post.
Emerald can't eat half the things he cooks.
Who's your favorite celebrity chef?
Oh, that's a great question. Gordon Ramsay.
Why Gordon Ramsay?
Because I think he can. He's really well qualified. Like he's classically trained, if that's the right term,
Mm-hmm.
and he can back up all his insanity. He's very talented. He's a former professional rugby player. He would have been a, all-star had he not torn his knee up and switched to cooking. This is not. I'm not going to use as much avocado as I would like because I bought a really hard one, and I sort of want to get this sandwich prepared while everything's still hot. But you'll still be able to see the color intention. Hopefully, anyway. Don't have any sort of paring knife here.
Left our knife blocks at home.
Let's pretend that there's a lot of avocado there. Chicken patty. Next round of tomato paste. Which again, I'm moving much faster than I need to. If I just slowed down and actually opened this can, I'd have a better time. And again, just pretend that there's a lot of beautiful red on that level.
It's like frosting a cake.
Exactly. Second egg. Again, sort of nuked a little bit more than necessary, but no harm done. And the top layer of our seemingly ironclad avocado. There we go. Or not.
It's a mountain of a sandwich.
So, this gives you an idea what I've been preparing for myself for my meals. I'm gonna eat this and then work out. Clean up for a meal like this is skillet, egg bowl, spatula, one knife, and a can opener. Not so bad. I would tell you the macronutrient profile of the sandwich if anything in Singapore had the proper labels on its products, but I don't know what half a kilogram of chicken equates to in protein, fat, that sort of thing. But there you have it. It doesn't have a name, but it tastes good. It's fun to make. It's fun to eat. It's got good color, and yeah.
Here's the real question, though.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see you take a triumphant
Yes.
first bite?
Oh, I'm so glad you asked.
Of course.
I'm gonna make sure this avocado goes to good use. Is put to good use. I don't want to bite it until I'm satisfied with the state of the kitchen. Tomato paste. We have an intruder.
Just the garbage chute.
Alright. It's at a nice temperature.
Oh, get in there.
The avocado is a total disaster. I'm taking that out, but it looks pretty.
You get the idea.
You get the idea.
All right. Anything else?
No, sir.
That'll
Thanks
do
for
it.
watching.
One more bite.
Slippery.
And
That's enough.
Okay.